The fact is, I believe we are in a generational debate right here. And what I mean by that is that the generation that preceded us made sure that the public and the private sector worked together to make sure that, to the degree possible, Americans could do well. I'm talking about the Great Society, Lyndon Johnson, Martin Luther King, a mixture of economic and civil rights that came together to create real prosperity and opportunity. Ryan has a very different view. He believes that government has no role. He believes that everything should be owned and metered, and that there shouldn't even be a commons. We should just rely on some rich guy to buy up stuff and maybe give the rest of it for charities or a write-off. But his vision is a society where you're on your own, where you don't have any rights, where you better get out there and work because there's no social safety net. And if you fall on hard times or get sick or have a problem, then you're just going to have hard times.
This budget would essentially eliminate Medicare, period. They dress it up a little bit. They would turn it into a voucher program and guarantee that those vouchers would pay for an increasingly small proportion of the premiums of the private insurance that people would have to go to. They block grant Medicaid. That means that the states would be given an amount of money that would go down every year, and that governors would decide, and many governors would decide, to eliminate lots of people from Medicaid, to eliminate lots of coverage. This would particularly hurt people, senior citizens in nursing homes and people who are injured. With this budget, they would slash aid for elementary and secondary education, slash money for Pell Grants for kids in college, slash money for infrastructure.
At every turn, the Republicans seek to protect the powerful, the oil companies, the companies that send jobs overseas, while shredding the safety net for those who need them and giving the vulnerable the back of their hand. And I ask you, where in their proposal do they create a job? They don't.
Unfortunately, in my district, we have one of the highest poverty rates. We have one of the highest unemployment rates. We're a border district, so we have issues of border security and others. What it would do to my district, it would make higher education in general more inaccessible. It would increase unemployment. And in a state like Arizona, where 95% of the seniors are on Medicare, and particularly many seniors with their only source of health care being Medicare, it would devastate them. A voucher plan would effectively deny health care for a huge part of the population in Arizona. So what it does to the district and what it does to America, whatever economic problems we're facing, whatever needs that we have for the middle class and for those aspiring for the middle class, it would only make them worse, and it would make it more difficult for everyone.
This is truly a budget to take us back to the 19th century.
This budget that we're talking about today is, quite frankly, un-American.
Where our vision is a mixture and a balance between the public and private sector. So yeah, you can get out there and start your business and do well, but you know that when you did well, that it was the rest of us, the rest of society that helped you do well, so that you don't mind paying the dues that are necessary to help sustain society, also known as taxes, and that you believe that you're better off if the water's clean, if the food and the meat are safe to eat, if the roads are in good repair, if we have transit, if we're respecting the natural world and our environment, and if we're staying out of these wars and we're a peaceful nation, and if everybody enjoys civil rights, regardless as to your race, your color, your religion, your sexual orientation, that you're an American and you believe that you can do whatever it is that your talents and your desires can lead you to do. So we have a very different vision from what Paul Ryan is. And make no mistake about it, this is ideological. This is about how you see humanity. Do you see us as all together, or do you see us as highly individuated, all dog eat dog and everybody for themselves? That's the vision that I see. And our contrast is clear. We need America, one America together, where prosperity is within grasp as anybody who wants to work, and we have a social safety net to take care of our folks, our fellow Americans who are either too senior, too young, or find themselves in tough times.